possible. Alternatively, if possible, also get your questions directed to the respondents, as it were. Without any waste of time, colleagues, you are most welcome to this thought-provoking webinar, and I will not waste time. I would call upon Tabiso, my co-pilot, to introduce His Excellency Sisa Njikelana, who is the CEO and a convener of this particular conference. Over to you, Tabiso.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mbele. Thank you so much for that introduction, and a warm welcome as well I'd like to extend to all our distinguished guests, and I will not repeat what Dr. Mbele has just said. I just would like to add one more thing. We live in a time where we've become so much a part of who we are. Just 2 weeks ago, I was hosting an event and we did a rehearsal with one of the speakers, and 10 minutes later, she came on wearing a mask. So masks are not necessary because this is virtual. Just a warning to all our speakers. But a warm welcome to you. Good morning, good evening. We've got guests from all parts of the continent and the world. So where you are, a warm greetings to you. My name is Tabiso Sigwane, as Dr. Mbele has said. I will not waste too much time because I'd like to introduce our speaker, and to also just perhaps encourage you that as speakers are speaking, sometimes we get onto these platforms and then we forget. You might have questions as the speaker speaking. Just note them down for yourself, and when it's time to address the particular speaker and the respondents, then you're able to, as Dr. Mbele requested, to put in your questions in the chat box, and we'll sift through them and give them through to the relevant speakers. So I would like to hand over, but a brief introduction of His Excellency Sisa Njikelana, Tata Njikelana, who's had extensive experience in the governance space and also as an entrepreneur in the engineering space, both continentally and internationally as well. So he's very well placed for this particular engagement and event. And also to thank Brasol of Brandhill, Africa, who is actually the brains behind this particular initiative. And to also encourage you, please, if there are people that you know would be interested, we are just starting, please encourage as many people to come and join this conversation. The more ears we've got, the better, because this is a critical conversation. So it's not too late. If you're able to operate and multifunction, please just get on those WhatsApps and encourage more people to join us. Without taking any more time, I'd like to welcome Data Njikelana to please take the platform.
Thank you very much, Tabiso. And on behalf of Brandhill, Africa, and Snagoyoli Consulting, let me welcome everyone who has taken time to join us in this August occasion. Let me welcome in particular His Excellency Ambassador Mene. Let me welcome also even yourselves, Dr. Mbele and our Tabiso Sigwane. And obviously we have respondents here, Mr. Ben Leka from the DRC Invest, and Ambassador Youssef Amrani, Ambassador of Morocco here in South Africa, Mr. Peter Karengwa, the Chief Executive of Invest in Africa Conference, and also Ms. Masingita Masunga, who will be doing the vote of thanks. I'm not sure that Jose Miranda as well from Sutari. And we also have someone who will do a poetry rendition of Ufense Ndike. Jarus Jafta. Oh, and Jarus Jafta. Since our family has grown as well. And then also welcome the brains behind all of this, Brasol Mulobi, who heads Brandhill, Africa. Obviously, one has to extend beyond just the names, because there are a number of diplomats who committed that they will join us. And as I'm looking at the screen, more people are joining in numbers. They obviously are business leaders of note, heading either their own companies or business association or industrial organizations. There are a number of entrepreneurs joining us, a couple of officials from various governments, the Media Fraternal, who has also committed to join throughout the continent, beyond just our country, South Africa. Let me say, since the beginning of 2021, this free trade initiative has been rolled out by Ambassador Mene with the support of African leadership with utmost keenness. I'll say so because I used to joke with him at times that where exactly is his office? Is it in a hotel or in a plane or in Accra? Or is it just a combination of these three locations? However, one can also say that the journey of realization of this free trade initiative has begun with notable support from heads of states and other prominent leaders in the continent. And that should be taken note of, because it serves as an inspiration to such a daunting task. And it becomes logical to celebrate these humble few steps of this initiative it has taken in this 16 months of formal existence from the beginning of last year. And I'm saying celebrate it during the Africa Month. And that's what we, as this partnership, have been targeting. And this partnership of ours, young as it is, has been seized with promoting the free trade initiative as its flagship project ever since we started working together with Prasol. And we made this a flagship project over and above other projects that were heading. And I must say, we've been chasing Ambassador Ahmed from the beginning of this year, just to ensure that after some engagement we did with him last year, we also have an update as to how far are things. And inshallah, we've been able to get him. And once again, we're very grateful for that. As the theme of this event indicates, trade and investment, promoting the free trade initiative. It is therefore hoped and expected that intensive participation of business community is another aspect that needs close monitoring, given the centrality of the business community in driving trade and investment. Of course, state-owned companies do have a vital role to play as well that we need to take note of. Hopefully, we would be getting as many diplomats as possible as we go along, because I can see the number of participants is growing, because they are expected to participate and given their need for them to advise and guide their various countries in the advancement of this initiative. We cannot also overlook the interest of the rest of the world. That cannot be discounted, because Africa's trade and investment is interwoven with the rest of the world in various forms. And I say that with some authority because I'm also quite active in the BRICS Business Council. And amongst other things, that's what we try to promote as much as is possible, as to we have this young baby, the African Continental Free Trade Area, and we need to look at what are the synergies and what are the complementarities between these two platforms, BRICS and the AFCFTA. Notwithstanding the benefits and prospects, we need also to be realistic that challenges ahead are also strewn in the road towards realization of any sizable intra-African trade. But I'm sure we are quite resolute and inspired to ensure, after so many years by our leaders from the birth of the Organization of African Unity in the mid-60s, that amongst other things, we can make them smile in their last resting places, that here is one of their dreams coming through and getting realized step by step. Furthermore, it's not only trade, but also investment in all forms that is crucial for the realization of this vision. I'm highlighting that because obviously, amongst other things, we are very keen to see, as the numbers are growing, that we will get various individuals or groupings who are also in the investment sector, so that they can take the advantage of Ambassador Mene sharing the few steps that we have taken, in this initiative from last year. Of course, one says that because I know Ambassador Mene will be sharing all the endeavors that she has led, up to now. And once again, let me welcome everyone. And your time is appreciated, your presence is appreciated for taking a conscious decision to be part of us in this webinar. Shall I then say, Eshegani, Asante Sane, Siabonga, Muito Obrigado. Let me then hand over back to the program directors.